Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Made for More podcast. This podcast is all about taking your life to the next level, whether that's in your relationships, whether it's in your career, whether it's just with yourself, with all aspects of life. This is the podcast for you, and I am pumped for this episode because we are going to be talking about high value people, and I'm going to be telling you what it isn't, what it is, what you can do to practice it more and live it more, and stay until the end because it's going to get good. So the first thing I want to say is that this episode is not just for women. So that's why I'm not targeting it towards just being a high value woman. It's going to be about being a high value person in general, but I am going to get into how you can become a high value woman and what a high value man looks like, because let's face it, guys, we live in Toronto and we have a lot of low vibration people in this city who think that they're high value men. And yeah, Andrew Tate spits some great facts. Okay. I'll give him credit for that. And he says, top grade men. But then you have all these guys in Toronto thinking that there's like top G men, and really they're not. They're actually very much in their feminine energy and they're very low value men. So we're going to get into it all. And I'm not holding back today because I do not care if I hurt anyone's feelings, because we need to start becoming more high value, and we need to stop surrounding ourselves with low energy and low vibrational people. So I want to start by saying, let's talk about what some low vibration behaviors are and what you can kind of look out for if you are a man or a woman who is single, let's say, and you're looking to attract a higher value person. These are some things that low value people do. So people who like to drink and party every single weekend. And I'm not saying going out for like the occasional dinner, having a glass of wine or maybe like a cocktail, but I'm saying people who like hit up the clubs every single weekend, like the same group of people, and they're sitting there getting sloshed and then just like maybe even going to brunch the next day and doing the same thing, or just like not doing anything with their lives the next day because they're so hungover. So people who are constantly partying and drinking, like when I was younger and in my 20s, I used to think, oh my God, like I love having fun. Like, oh, this guy's so much fun because like we go out and like it's like we're drinking, we're having the best time. That's not a high value man, ladies. That is a man who's going to cause you headaches. That is a man who's going to literally lower your vibration and your energy levels. And that is not a man who will be a husband. I am telling you that right now. Other low vibration stuff that people do in behaviors is hookup culture. And Toronto is notorious for hookup culture. Let's face it here. So when you're giving your energy to somebody and you're doing a sexual energy exchange and you think, oh, like, it's okay if I hook up with him. Yeah, what you're doing is you're actually lowering your frequency and your vibration so much. And then you're going to just attract that like low vibration energy to you. So ladies and gentlemen, don't hook up with random people. Like, have morals, have values. And hey, don't get it wrong here. Like, we've all done our fair share of making mistakes. And, it's all about growing though and acknowledging those mistakes and realizing, practice self-worth, respect yourself, respect your body. Your body is a fucking temple and no one has access to it. They need to earn it. It is a privilege to have access to your body and to your mind. And it's actually funny. I like this saying. It's like, you got to get in my head before you can get in the bed. Think of it like that, Connect on an emotional level first. Don't just do this hookup culture. Don't get yourselves into situationships with the cool guy from the club. Like, no. And don't get mesmerized by people's money and success, because men can be successful, but guess what? They can be pieces of shit too. So just saying. Next one, materialistic stuff. Yes, it's nice to own beautiful things and drive nice cars. And if you're a high value person and you're, holding nice materialistic things, stuff that you've earned and like you've been disciplined and you earned the things that you're buying and driving, etc., your vacations, that's amazing. And yes, that is a great quality. But when people are so stuck and they're putting themselves in credit card debt and all of that stuff so that they can just show off that they're holding materialistic things, that's low vibration energy right there. And, It's not necessary. Another thing, infidelity, which I already got into. But yes, the cheating part. Like people who cheat are low vibration people. Those are not high value people. So all you guys who are out at the club cheating on your girls that have like good girls at home, y'all think you're high value men, but you're really, really not. And you're actually really like in your feminine energy, because men who are in their masculine, they protect, they provide, they don't cheat. They don't lie. And that's to my next one, lying. Lying is low vibrational behavior. So, living your life with integrity is probably the best thing that you can do for yourself. And it's going to get you relationships and surround you. Like it's going to attract people to you who are also living in integrity, because when you're constantly like lying and living in this like false self and you're not being authentic, you're essentially just attracting that kind of people into your life as well. Another low vibrational behavior is caring about what other people think. Yes, easier said than done, but try your best to just not give a crap. Like if you know you're a good person, who cares what anyone thinks? Stop trying to seek validation on social media from people. Like don't post things just because you think it's going to get you more likes and more views. Like be authentic. Post things that actually mean something to you. Like I love posting stuff about mental health. And honestly, you're going to start seeing a lot more posts that have to do with stuff like this, topics like this, because this is my passion and like I preach it nonstop. And you know what? I'm guilty of actually not practicing it the past couple of months, but I'm back and I'm back in full force. You got to remember your self-worth and you got to remember who the F you are. Okay. And obviously swearing isn't the best thing either. And I'm super religious. And sometimes I do swear because I get super, super passionate. So I got to cut that out too. So I'm calling myself out on that. Just saying. All right. So there's also this chart. So basically, I'm not going to get too much into the chart, but there's a chart called the Omega vibration chart. And basically when you're operating at like your lowest form, you're in the alpha, which it's ironic because you would think alpha is like an alpha, but you're in the alpha. And when you're operating at like your highest consciousness, you're in the omega. Okay. So the lowest point that you can be in is living in shame. And people who, for instance, you go out to the club, you're drinking, you do some stupid shit that you regret. The next day, what do you think you're going to be doing? You're going to be living in shame. You're going to be living in that like low vibration. And that's what you're going to be operating at. But if you're living in like peace, if you're living in joy, in love, and doing things that are actually good for your soul. And for me, it's also connecting to my faith that makes me feel so much peace and so much love. Then you're actually operating in your omega and you're attracting that kind of energy to you. So I'm going to get into a little bit more of what it's not. So if you want to be a high value person and attract a high value person, so basically you need to stop engaging with like negative people. It's okay to cut people out of your life. If you have childhood friends, family members that you're like, oh, but I can't, like they've been a part of my life forever. Yeah, but if they're negative and they're operating in a low vibration, you need to cut them out or else you're just going to keep operating in a low vibration yourself. Like you are a product of your surroundings. My father has always taught me that from young. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. So anyone who disagrees with that, just honestly exit right now because like this podcast isn't for you, because that's truly, truly what I believe is you're a product of your surroundings. So I want to get into this one because this is kind of funny and a lot of Toronto mans do this. So you'll see these guys at like Saluna or like wherever, any club in Toronto that's like the hot spot, and they're sitting there popping off bottles and got all these girls in their booth wearing pretty much nothing. And they got their girlfriends at home probably because the girls can't come out. It's a boys' night, right? And all these guys are like, yeah, we're so successful. We make so much money. We drive all these nice cars. Oh my God, you're so successful. You're so smart, guys. You are literally at a club dropping 2K, 3K, 4K on bottles when you can go to the LCBO and buy that bottle for like $200. To me, that sounds like you guys are like dumbasses, to be honest with you. So, I mean, that's a low value guy right there, girls. Don't think because he's flexing at the club, popping bottles, driving nice cars, he's a catch. He's not a catch. He's in his feminine, and he's so in his feminine that he is so weak. He's like seeking validation from other people that he has to literally spend money, lots of it, when he's getting played. Oh, it's a boys' night. Okay, well then why don't you just go buy that bottle at the LCBO and sit in the backyard with the boys and like talk business and talk like about stuff that's actually important rather than just like not being able to hear each other in a really loud club and surrounded by a bunch of broads that probably don't even know your name. Low vibration. Another thing that is what a high value person is not. So we also live in like a society right now where everyone's like, focus on yourself, love yourself, only think about yourself. Okay, I agree to a certain extent. Yes, you need to love yourself and respect yourself, but that doesn't mean you're selfish. That doesn't mean you're not compassionate for the people in your life. It's very funny how like we've been trained to like love yourself, put yourself first, think about yourself, worry about yourself. That's not how I was raised. And I would never, ever, ever only think about myself when I'm making decisions in my life. I think about who it's going to affect in my life. I think about the people I love, and then I act accordingly based on that. I put myself first, but I don't make decisions only solely on how I'm feeling. I have to think about how it's going to make the people in my life feel too. So when people are saying, oh, love yourself only, no, that's not true. I don't think that's just not a high value person. And it's facts. So that leads me to like how you show up in your relationships, like with your friendships, with your partner. Like you have to show up and you have to be compassionate. You have to be understanding. Another thing that what it is not, obviously this is pretty straightforward, is jealousy. Like don't be jealous of people. Be happy for people. When you see people succeeding, congratulate them. Be happy for them, because if they can do it, why can't you? It should motivate you. It should inspire you. Like I don't understand people who are jealous of other people's successes. That is not a good quality to have, and you're just going to keep attracting like negative stuff into your life. So now we can talk about what a high value person is. A high value person is somebody who doesn't allow everyone access to them. A high value person knows their worth and acts accordingly. A high value person treats their time and energy as if it is a privilege, and that needs to be earned by the people in their life. Not everyone has access to you. You have to have high self-worth, and you should not let people walk all over you. You are not attached to anything but yourself. That's where the selfish thing comes in, and it's not selfish, but you can't allow people to control your emotions. So if someone wants to treat you a certain way, for instance, and ladies, let's say if you're going through a breakup, or guys, if you're going through a breakup and someone is treating you in a way where you're like, how can this person do this to me? Like I have given them everything and they are treating me so disrespectfully. Detach yourself from that. You need to understand like your self-worth, and you need to just pray for that person and feel bad for them that they're operating on such a low energy that they're mistreating you. It's just knowing your self-worth, guys. Like you got to dig deep into the self-development, and really like you practice self-care routines as well. Like you wake up early, you move your body, you work out, whether it's you go to the gym or just go for a walk, it's just moving your body. You're eating healthy foods. Like you treat your body like it's like a temple, right? You treat it like it's gold, like it's your body. So these are qualities of high value people. High value people also don't stay stagnant in their life. They know that when they're comfortable, it's time to maybe level up, right? You don't do things that you don't want to do. You set boundaries with people. It is so important to set boundaries. Like for instance, if my friends want to go out clubbing, they know like really not to pick up the phone and call me. Mind you, when I was in my 20s and in my teens, I was like, I love partying. And like now I'm just like, no, like it's not worth my energy to put myself in those situations. Here and there, like I love going to music festivals because that's like my jam. I love dancing to the music and stuff. But I mean, to put myself out at a club until 4 o'clock in the morning, it's just for what? Then I'm not going to wake up early. Then I'm going to stop myself from doing all the things that I need to do. I'm running multiple businesses here. I don't have time to go get drunk at the club until 3 o'clock in the morning. And honestly, alcohol consumption just doesn't do it for me anymore. I'll drink like 1 or 2 cocktails and I'm good. Like I don't need to get wasted or get drunk to escape from my life. And that's what substances do. And again, I'm not perfect, so don't think that I am. But for the most part, I really, really do set boundaries like this for myself, and it has changed my life. So if you are in a relationship, these are what high value people do. You have your own life. You don't just only, rely, you're not codependent on your partner. But if you're a woman, it's okay to lean on your man, and it's okay to like have your man provide and protect for you. And as a man, it's okay to allow your woman to sit there and nurture and support you. That is not like forms of codependency. That is ultimate like masculine and feminine energy stuff right there, right? Like as a woman, I personally, and I was raised in a traditional Greek family, but like I love the cooking and the cleaning, and like I think that that is my job as a woman, and I'm okay doing that because I expect my man to go out there and work and provide the bread. I also want to work and be, obviously I'm very career driven, and sometimes, you know, I'm in my masculine because I am so career driven. But when I'm at home, I just want to take my shoes off and I just want to come in and I want to be in my feminine and I want to just build the home. Like I make a home. A woman will make the home, and a man should provide the roof over the woman's head, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So yeah, we said have your own life, make your own plans. It's okay. If you're going through a heartbreak, it's okay to be heartbroken and it's okay to cry, but do not let it consume your life. And I have been guilty of this in the past where I'm going through a breakup and I physically can't do anything because I'm only thinking about that. And guess what? It's just literally putting me in a low vibration, and then just negative things keep happening. So I really truly mean it when I say this. Like, yes, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset, but don't let it consume you. Like, get yourself up, get yourself out of the house, pick up a new hobby, do something to like progress your life. Even though it's hard, just do it. Like last year, like I had said, for 2 months, I was like in complete agony. I couldn't get out of bed, and like I will never, nor have I ever allowed anybody to ever put me through that again. And I have gone through some pretty crazy things even in this year. So I'm telling you guys, like just know your self-worth and have faith if you want. I mean, it definitely helps me. And just get yourself out there, get yourself moving, pick up a hobby, do something. All right. Well, these are my tips and tricks. Hopefully I didn't rip on Toronto guys too much in this episode. Not that I'm not really sorry. So, but yeah, that's basically how I view life. It's been a complete roller coaster. And like, I'm not going to say I'm perfect and that I am operating in close to my omega every single day. There's times where I'm actually very close to the alpha because things bring me down. But the thing is if you can snap out of it and snap back, you're going to keep snapping back so much quicker each time, where eventually you're going to be operating in your omega and you're not going to even realize that like something will happen to you, and you're just going to continue operating in that omega consciousness. And guess what? It's going to happen naturally, but you have to be cautious of it. You have to be aware of your surroundings, like be aware of your friend groups, be aware of the people you associate yourself with, be aware of your business partners, everything in life, your family, everything. Be aware and kind of like look out for things. And if you think things aren't sitting well with you and like you're feeling that, listen to your gut, like listen to your energy, like listen to the signs, like look for the signs, and life will get so much better. Every time I've been in a difficult situation in my life and I've actually just allowed myself to feel it and then just process it and then receive and say, okay, I'm going to detach from this situation right now. You have no idea the opportunities that have come my way when I finally like allow myself to detach. So this is not for relationships only. This could be in anything in life, relationships with friends, with a partner. It could be with situations that you're dealing with, like at home, anything. It's not just relationship focused here. So I don't want you guys to think that, but anything that happens in your life, when you can detach from it and you practice self-worth and you hold yourself in a high regard, it's game over. Because no one can touch you at that point. When you're holding yourself with like low regard, guess what you're doing? You're basically attracting people and allowing them to treat you like that because that's how you're feeling about yourself. But if you feel like, wow, I got my shit together. I'm freaking great. You know what? I look beautiful today. I'm killing it with work. Like I'm doing everything that I wanted to do ever since I was a little girl. How can you attract negative into your life if you're feeling so positive about yourself? But when you're feeling like negative about yourself, you're gonna attract more negative stuff. So like I said, ladies, stop going to the club and like looking for husbands. You're not gonna meet them there. And start doing exercises, go to gym classes, try F45, shout out F45. I love F45. It's my favorite. That's where you're going to meet high value people. You're not going to meet them at the club. And that's my mic drop there. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And honestly, guys, I really, really hope that this episode helped you because we really live in a city that could have so much potential to be so beautiful, but I've lived in the city my whole life. It's gotten extremely toxic, and just know your worth. Know your worth and don't settle for less. Thank you, and see you next Monday.